Hi and welcome to the Windows Process Injection Fundamental course here on Pentester Academy. My name is Pavel and I'll be your guide throughout this course. Welcome to Module 2 Process Enumeration in the Process Injection Fundamental course. So in this module we're going to look at enumerating processes on the Windows system. We'll start by discussing why we'd want to enumerate processes anyway. And then we'll take a look at several types of functions or libraries that the Windows APIs provide to get such enumeration done. We'll look at the tool help functions, the Windows Terminal Services functions, the enum processes function, and using the anti-query system information native API. So let's start with why would we want to enumerate processes. So one reason would be to search for an appropriate process that has certain desired attributes which we as attackers want to locate. This could be even a specific process like explorer.exe for instance, which we want to do something with. Generally, we can just take a look around and see what kind of processes running on the system. Maybe that would give us various ideas of what is actually possible to do. Maybe PowerShell is currently running, we can inject something into it. And there are some other use cases for process enumeration, such as trying to ascertain whether we're running inside a container. So it may be possible that there is some malware or some attacker code and the defenders try to run that particular code in a container which makes the attacker's job much more difficult. And so if we enumerate processes in a typical container, we'll see there are very few processes, not like the classic normal Windows where we have more than 100 processes typically on the system. We would find a dozen of processes or so. And so process enumeration allows us to kind of gain that particular insight. And so the Windows API provides several ways that we can go about enumerating processes. And I would like to look at several of those in this module. In the first demonstration, we're going to use the tool help functions. The tool help family of functions was introduced back in Windows 2000, and they provide a really simple and convenient way for enumerating processes and getting some very simple and important information on each one of these processes. And the nice thing about the tool help functions is that they don't require any special privileges. We can run with standard user rights and still get this type of information, which is nice. The tool help functions also allow to enumerate threads throughout the system and even pick a particular process, enumerate modules inside that process and heaps inside that process. We're going to look here at processes only, and we'll see another example of thread enumeration later on in the course. And so the general functions are going to be create tool help 32 snapshot. That's kind of the main function that provides a snapshot of all the processes in the system if we provide the appropriate flag to that function. And then we need to iterate through these snapshot by using the process 32 first function and then continuing with process 32 next function until there is no more data. And for this, I'm going to demonstrate the entire process of building an executable and testing it out in Visual Studio. So if you're new with Visual Studio, it should give you a head start of how these things look like. In later modules or later demos, I'm going to write less code, but just discuss existing code and demonstrate how it works. So for now, let's write our first enumeration processes in the system using the tool help functions.